At the Nintendo Direct Mini for March 2020, we were given our first look at Challenger Pack 6 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The character is coming from the ARMS series, but we don't know who yet. Let's talk about that. So when this character was announced, Nintendo went with a bit of a different method for announcing this character. All we currently know about this character is that they come from ARMS, they are playable in that game, they will be playable in Smash Ultimate, and they're going to be fully announced in June and released that same month. So that basically means that we're going to get this character fully announced sometime during E3 in June, or at least when E3 would have happened if it didn't get cancelled, but that's not a topic we'll be talking about going to in this video. So I thought it'd be fun to go through every character on the ARMS roster and talk about the possibility of them appearing in Super Smash Bros. Of course, this video is going to be super outdated by the time the character is actually announced, but I just want to make this video because I'm bored and have nothing better to do. The first character is Springman. This is one that I would say has a high chance of appearing in the game, but here's the thing. When Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was coming out, the reason why we didn't get any characters from ARMS or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the base roster was because they were announced after the roster was finalized. Now, this doesn't take into consideration DLC or anything like that, and that's the reason why we're getting an ARMS character now, but because ARMS was a brand new franchise and they want to have some kind of representative at Smash, they made Springman an assist trophy. So if it weren't for him being an assist trophy, I'd think the character would no doubt be Springman, because he is basically the poster character for the game. But I don't think he's going to be this character. Now, the reason why is because it'd be kind of boring if they teased that the character was coming from this game, and then a few months later they just announced it was Springman. That would be kind of boring and anticlimactic, so for that reason, and because of the fact he's already an assist trophy, I don't think Springman is going to be playable in Smash Ultimate. Next up is Ribbon Girl. Now, this is the one that I probably have the most confidence in when it comes to all the characters, except for one. We'll talk about that one in a moment. But Ribbon Girl, to many, is a much bigger poster character and way more widely beloved than Springman is, because pretty much everybody loves Ribbon Girl. She's adorable, she has a really fun playstyle that's perfect for beginners, a lot of people stay with her throughout their entire time playing ARMS, and she would just be perfect for Smash Bros. Because she has a very simplistic moveset, although she can double jump. So I think of all the characters in Smash, aside from possibly Springman or another character we'll talk about later, I think Ribbon Girl would translate the most smoothly into Smash gameplay. And for that reason, I think Ribbon Girl is very likely. Next up is Ninjara. I apologize, Ninjara fans, but I really don't like this character, so I hope it's not him. And I apologize for saying that, because I know there are a lot of people out there who really do like this character. I just don't. He's kind of a pain in the butt to fight against because he has an ability where he can vanish briefly for a moment and then attack immediately after reappearing, which can make him very hard to predict, and he's just kind of a pain in the butt to fight against. So, personally speaking, I hope it's not Ninjara. If it is, though, I'm not going to complain. Ninjara does have their fans, so I'm not going to, say, oh, this is the worst character ever, how could they possibly do this? Although I will say that if that does happen, then I probably will still complain, because I think there are a lot better characters in ARMS for Smash. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, Ninjara fans. Next up is Master Mummy. This is a pretty interesting one, because Master Mummy is one of the bigger heavyweights in Smash, and at least so far, off the top of my head, I don't think we have a heavyweight DLC character yet. Maybe Piranha Plant, but we don't have one quite to the scale as Master Mummy, both figuratively and literally. So, Master Mummy, like I said, is a heavyweight character. We haven't seen that for the DLC yet. But they also have the unique gameplay gimmick of being able to heal while their shield is up. So I can imagine this kind of translating to ARMS the same way that it does in Smash, where you heal up with your shield, and you can kind of trick people into mind games by forcing them to go into a grab, and then you can counterattack the way that you do in ARMS. So, yeah, I think Master Mummy would be a really fun character, although I think there are other characters in ARMS that I think have a better shot than Master Mummy does. Min Min is my #1 choice. She's my absolute favorite character in this game. She's my personal favorite main, and she's the one that I always play with whenever I play ARMS online. I think she has a really good shot, because not just the fact that she's awesome, and my personal favorite, but she's the fan favorite character of ARMS if the party clash things or anything to go by. For those of you who don't know, there's a party crash thing where players could kind of basically vote for who their favorite character was and then take them online. Min Min was the character who won, so that pretty much means that, at least in terms of looking at that perspective, Min Min is the #1 fan favorite character of the game. And she deserves it. She's a really great character, she's really fun to play as, and the gameplay gimmick of her arm turning into a fully powerful charge thingy that lasts for a little bit longer, I think that would also be really fun and unique for Smash gameplay. So Min Min, I think, is very likely. She's my #1 choice. Next up is Mechanica. This one's a pretty fun one too. I think she's a heavyweight character in ARMS. She's basically this game's equivalent of D.Va from Overwatch, where she pilots a mechanical suit to battle bad guys. Like I said, I think she's a heavyweight in the game, but I don't know off the top of my head. Mechanica would be a really fun character. I don't think she's going to be the Smash fighter, but I kind of hope that she is, because she is a really fun character. I don't really have much else to say about that. Everybody loves Twintale. She got so popular after being announced that when they released a demo for ARMS before it came out, they extended it so that they would have Twintale playable during the second week of the demo, because so many people were asking to play as her. So Twintale is definitely a fan favorite. She has a really cool gameplay gimmick where, because in the lore of ARMS, she's like a big movie star, the opponents will actually get starstruck by her to the point where their arms start freezing when they get nearby. You can think of it as something similar to how Bayonetta's Witch Time works, so I think that would be really cool for Twintale to appear in the game. Of all the characters in Smash, I think she would probably be the third character that I would want to see the most playable, behind only Min Min and Ribbon Girl, but just barely, because Twintale is awesome. Bite and Bark is a bit of a hard one, because I do see a lot of people who love these characters, but I don't see them playable in Smash. They're basically the closest this game has to Rosalina Luma. You directly control Bite, who's the cop robot, and Bark is controlled by AI. It basically acts like a third arm that can remotely move around independent from Bite, although it would be a fun character, but again, we already have Rosalina and Luma, so Bite and Bark wouldn't have that much to contribute to a unique moveset. They're still a fun character though, so I wouldn't say no to them being in Smash. Kid Cobra is hilarious. Basically, in the lore of ARMS, Kid Cobra is a streamer who competes in ARMS to try and gain more subscribers and things like that. So Kid Cobra basically is a content creator in the world of ARMS. So this would be a fun character, but again, I think there are others who are a bit more well known who have a higher chance of being in Smash. Everybody loves Helix. Helix is awesome. I really want Helix in Smash. Max Brass is a bit of a hard one to figure out because he is very popular within ARMS, but the thing about Max Brass is that he was also released after the game was launched. He was the first post-launch character to be available in the game, so I don't really know if this one's going to work, but it would be fun because Max Brass is basically like the big champion of ARMS, and he's a really funny character, so I could see this one appearing in Smash, but at the same time I think other characters have a higher chance. Lollipop is so adorable. Please let her be playable in Smash Brothers. Lollipop is my favorite of the post-launch characters in the game. She's probably my fourth or fifth favorite character in the game. I can never decide between her or Helix or anything like that. But Lillipup is a really adorable character. I would absolutely love her to appear in Smash Brothers. I have never played Misango before, and I don't really have a whole lot of experience with this character, so I don't entirely know what their chances are. But what I do know is that whenever I do see ARMS get talked about, pretty much nobody ever mentions this character, so he doesn't really seem like one of the more popular choices who would appear in Smash Brothers. Although he does have a really cool character design, so I wouldn't say no to him being in Smash. Springtron is a no. If Springman had appeared in the base roster, I have no doubts that Springtron would have been an Echo Fighter. But I don't really see Springtron appearing as a playable character in Smash without Springman. It'd be kind of weird having an Echo Fighter character without their counterpart in the game. Because that's basically what Springtron is. He's basically an Echo Fighter for Springman. He's the only one like that in ARMS. So I don't really see him being in the game. Dr. Coil would be so cool. She's like the big villain of the ARMS series, and we haven't seen a villain yet appear in the DLC pack. I don't think we're going to get one for the other characters, but Dr. Coil would be awesome for Smash Brothers. Like, I could totally see her announcement being something along the lines of like a parody of the Ken and Incineroar trailer, where it shows them fighting in the boxing ring, and then Dr. Coil shows up inside the boxing ring and just like completely destroys everybody. That would be so cool. I mostly want Dr. Coil playable purely because that would guarantee her theme song would appear in Smash Brothers. And that's one of my favorite songs in the entire game. So, that is everybody on the ARMS roster, but I do have one more idea that I think would be really cool. They were very vague and cryptic about who exactly it is going to be in Smash Brothers, and I think the reason for that is because it might just be more than one character. It might be something like Hero from Dragon Quest when he appeared in Smash Brothers, where we'll get like a big group of different individual characters from ARMS appearing as alternate costumes. Like, I can see Ribbon Girl being the default costume, but then she would have different alternate costumes, so that you can also play as Min Min or Twin Tail or Lollipop or characters like that. So I can see them doing something like that, although that would take a lot of development time, and it seems like it's the more likely option that it's only going to be one character. But those are my first thoughts on who could potentially be playable in Super Smash Bros. From the ARMS universe. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I am particularly excited about this announcement because that means that it's possible for a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 character to appear in Smash Bros. Now, and I'm really hoping that happens. Please let Riggs and Pyra be playable. But that's going to be it for this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then let me know in the comments below. And next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.